Hello, fellow Lexus owners and YouTubers. So I purchased this 2001 Lexus GS300 in June of 2017 with about 160,000 miles on it. It was real clean, ran great for the most part. Not long after that, I got a P0440, and so that's an evap leak. And I also started getting a 441 and 446. So you change out the gas cap. I did that with a factory gas cap even, to make sure that it was sealing correctly. Didn't work. I sprayed carburetor cleaner everywhere, trying to get it to see if I could find the leak. I tried to make my own smoke machine. Didn't do too well with that. And finally, with all the different codes and a little bit of research, determined it was probably the charcoal canister. So I was going to get that replaced, but it was like $800, so I had to wait on that. Since the drivability was fine, I didn't care. And so then I started getting misfire, or actually, I take that back. The first thing that happened was I got the VSC off light came on with the VSC light, or traction control or whatever, and went into limp mode. And that means, you have no throttle at all except the very last 10% of the pedal that enables you to get home. And I did some research and came to find that it was probably this one here, the accelerator pedal position sensor. So I replaced that. And then I went ahead and replaced the throttle position sensor right here. So, that took care of that, And then I started, still kind of got some misfires and whatever like that. And I had heard somewhere, did some more research, and they said, well, replace your VVT cam solenoid. I can't remember the exact name of it, and that could probably help. So I replaced this, and then I also pulled the screen out of there, put a new screen in there. So I replaced all that, and still kind of was getting those codes. I mean, it was running great. It's really and so then when I could afford to go get the canister put in, I wasn't going to do that myself. I did everything else myself. I went ahead and told them, about my misfires, and they said, well, they'd check. So they checked, and he pulled out the number one plug, which is the only one you can really get access to without taking off the throttle body. And he said it was full of oil, so my valve covers were leaking. So I thought, well, maybe my coil packs or something's gummed up. So I went ahead, and after he replaced the canister that weekend, I took off the throttle body and the intake, and then I replaced the valve cover gaskets. I replaced all the wires, all the plugs, and the coil packs, as well as the coil pack connectors here, which are, they break as soon as you take them off. So I replaced all those. Put everything back together, ran great. Of course, I still got the misfire code, and I still had an evap code. The canister didn't fix that either. I did, by the way, replace the PCV valve when I did my valve covers, and I also the alternator went out, totally unrelated, but I replaced my alternator. I did also change out my coolant, and I replaced the thermostat down there. So everything's pretty new. So then finally I gave up, and I looked on Repair Pal, and I found a mechanic local. And I took it in. They smoke tested it. Turns out it was the engine bay purge valve, or fuel control valve, whatever you want to call it. It was leaking, as well as the hoses going to it. So that's where the leak was. Why the carburetor cleaner didn't change the RPM or anything, I don't know why that didn't work, but it didn't. And you know what? I've driven about 400 or 500 miles, and I have not had the misfires again. So who knows? Maybe the misfires were related to the fuel mixture that was going into, something electronic, because there was never a physical symptom of a misfire. I don't know. Fingers crossed. This will work, and it'll run fine for a while. And it ran fine. If I cover the check engine light before with a black tape, I would have never known I had a problem. But anyway, so now it can pass smog if I need it to, and it seems to run good. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully this helps somebody out. Thanks for watching. Oh, and by the way, if anybody's interested, why my engine bay is so well lit, I got this silly little LED light bar at a Home Depot for, I don't know, 15 bucks. Works great. All right. Bye-bye.